but it's a little dicey to be able to, I don't know, it just hurts, right? Oh, my back. Because if you remember a couple of years ago when, and Jair has no reason to be unhappy. I don't have any indication he is happy. I've talked to him, without actually interviewing him in the locker room multiple times in the last couple of weeks, but he has not talked on the record. But like when it's so mysterious, then you start to think the worst. And for me, when Zadarius Smith was unhappy, he, in my opinion, seemed to invent a back injury out of thin air, right? A couple of years ago in camp. And so what I'm saying, I'm not saying that Jair is faking this injury. Let me, again, be very, very clear. My problem is if you don't get answers like what the hell is going on with Jair's back and Jair doesn't talk and LaFleur is evasive, you leave open the scrutiny of maybe something's not quite right here. Well, and so that's my issue.
That's what we did with David Bakhtiari earlier this year, Jason. Like, we just went through this. Like, we've already been through this, that if they would have just been forthright from the beginning, we wouldn't have had the questions about, is he not playing because of turf? Or, there's so many other questions, and it turns out obviously to be a serious issue where Bakhtiari ended up having now 2 knee surgeries to try to continue to clean up whatever is going on in that knee. But it just leaves the door open for any sort of criticism.
My experience with my back is this, okay? I had, Jason, as you well know, I had a bad back when I played, always had to put the icy hot stuff on it to get it loose, and so be it. So after I was done playing, Jason, I got a little beefy, and my back was still killing me. So then I went in and got the epidural, which a lot of people do, older people do. It's not very invasive. It's good, and it's money in the bank. It felt great for 6 years. I'm just saying, man, you're getting paid millions of dollars, right? If it's spasms, it's one thing. And I've had spasms, they're debilitating, but they go away after you hydrate and you take medication. They don't linger like this, so I would say they're not spasms, Jason. But, I mean, dude, go get the epidural.
Yeah, I'm hoping, we'll be over there again today, and when he does talk, it is on Friday. By the way, after you got done playing, I got a little beefy, too. But I don't think those are related. But here, I'm hoping he'll talk today. I really am. And frankly, I've got a really good working relationship with him, and I am going to say, hey, look, if he comes through, look, can you just give us 5 minutes? I really do think that you talking about what's going on would be beneficial to everyone involved. And I think he respects me enough to understand why I would say that. So I'm hoping that I don't have to. I'm hoping he just, as he always does, comes over to this table that's nearby his locker and sits down and talks for a while. And I'm hoping that'll be the case today, because this is, again, I don't think being mysterious and evasive about a player's injury does anyone any favors, because it does lead, we live in a society where people love their conspiracy theories and people jump to those incorrect conclusions. And in his case, look, he's a really important piece. And let's not forget where they're at now. A week ago, we got Joe Barry up there talking about how it's a champagne problem to have to figure out how to integrate Eric Stokes into their defense when they have Jair Alexander, Rasul Douglas, and Keyshawn Nixon as their top 3 corners in the nickel. And now I don't think Jair's playing. I mean, if he practices today, I'll change my position. But the fact that he didn't practice yesterday and Matt LaFleur's affect sure gave me the impression he ain't playing. So now you potentially don't have Jair. And Stokes injured his hamstring 4 special teams plays into his return from missing almost a year of football. I mean, you don't have champagne problems anymore. You have a significant shortage at that position.
Milwaukee's best right now.
Milwaukee's best problem. Jason, what about Aaron Jones? Pitch count this week. Is he going to be available? I know he didn't practice on Wednesday, a limited participant yesterday. I guess for a guy that after the Bears game when he initially suffered this injury, oh yeah, it's not going to be a problem. It's now a lingering problem here 7 weeks later.
Yeah, and again, you know, we look at where this team is at, and Lord knows that I, more than probably anybody else, talk about the youth on offense and how that's causing problems. But look, you are not a better football team when arguably your three best players, your three most proven players, Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, and Jair Alexander, are all missing as much combined time as the three of those guys will have missed or have already missed. And so, look, I will say this. He did not practice. Aaron Jones did not practice on Wednesday, but Matt LaFleur, in talking after practice, basically said what I was not expecting, which was, yeah, we're hoping he can go tomorrow, and then we want to ramp up his snaps, which is not kind of the approach that I thought he would take after Aaron Jones didn't practice. I mean, he was answering a question about whether he'd had a setback. So they don't feel he's had a setback. They took it easy on him. He was just sore on Wednesday, allegedly. So, again, we'll see what he does today. But, you know, that's the thing about the Aaron Jones situation, too. It's a little bit like Jair in that, you know, even if he does take part in practice, you still don't know if you're going to have him or not. And I think that's yet another thing that is starting to really grate on the head coach.
And then, Jason, no Luke Musgrave?
Yeah, I think Matt let that slip when somebody asked him about Tucker Kraft, and he said, well, we're going to need it. We're going to need him to really come through this week. And, look, I'll tell you what, the other guy that I am intrigued by, I was teasing him earlier in the week. I said, ooh, big Ben Sims revenge game, because he was in camp with the Vikings, and they cut him at the end. But and I'm not going to put him in your class, but he has a little Chewy to him. Like, he's a really smart dude. He's got a really bad haircut, in my opinion. But which also is you. I mean,
I've had some bad ones.
Chewy. I don't remember what year it is.
96.
And I don't know if you were at Mickey's the night before, but they took their headshots. And you
bad.
Seriously, you have bed head.
I know.
Like, you look like you just rolled out of bed.
Yes.
Well, Chewy, they should have just used the picture that's sitting here to my right.
I know.
And I mean, this should be your headshot from now until the end of time. You know, I'm holding up the Chewy glamour shot from the 1997 swimwear line. I mean, this thing's the hair is glorious, big guy.
Yeah, but that was after.
Oh, this was after.
Photo, yeah,
okay.
So. I'm like you,
tough
Jason.
Call between.
Jason, we just dress the way we want. We do it. We don't care, right?
Yeah, we're built for comfort, not for speed.
Exactly.
But I would say this: it's a tough call between that glamour shot and the painting of Chewy that I brought in that I found at Goodwill a few years ago. Also a beautiful rendering of you. But the thing about Sims is that he seems to be a really bright guy who's picked things up really quickly. He played at Baylor, which is a little different than playing at South Dakota State, which is where Tucker Kraft did. I think Tucker Kraft, you know, he's kind of built like you were. He's a big, strong, hulking guy, but I think if he was being honest, he would say that he struggled a little bit with the transition from that level of football to this level of football. And now, you know, he's been having his snaps ramp up the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I definitely don't think they're going to have Musgrave. So it'll be Tucker Kraft, Ben Sims, and obviously your guy Josiah DeGuara that'll have to carry the load.
Jason, is Josh Myers really playing the best football of his career?
Yeah, that was interesting. By the way, real quick on the tight ends, I did the calculation last night. So Luke Musgrave, for whatever ups and downs he's had, he has played more snaps individually than those other three guys have combined this season. That's how out of balance they've been. So that's how much they think Luke Musgrave is special. Yeah, that was that. I'm not really sure how that happened yesterday with Adam Stenovich, the Packers offensive coordinator. I mean, I kind of wanted to get to, have you considered moving things around, and have you considered maybe replacing Rasheed Walker with Yash? But he'd answered a question about Yash earlier, and I had been the one who asked the question about a month ago where he just completely crapped on Yash publicly, which was not expected. So now I'm 2 for 2 in completely unexpected Steno responses, because he gave me kind of this non-answer about moving guys around, and then I just sort of blurted out something about how Zach Tom, when he had to move to center, they had like a big run up the middle, and you guys worked them at center in training camp, and that was what led to Steno saying that, no, we're not moving Zach Tom to center. Josh Myers is playing the best football of his career, which, I guess you could take two ways. You could take that as, hey, he's really kind of answered the bell and faced the challenge and really improved, or how bad must his play have been if this is the best football of his career, right? I mean, that's how, when you say something like that, people are going to, if they are negative about Josh Myers, that's how they're going to interpret it. So that caught me completely off guard. Again, I feel like if you look at the Pro Football Focus grades, which I know are not the end-all, be-all, but Zach Tom is in the 80s. He's the 9th highest-rated tackle out of 74 tackles in the NFL.
Seems pretty good.
The other four guys, all their grades are in the mid-50s, including Elton Jenkins, by the way.
Yeah, that's not good.
And so that would indicate to me that their offensive line, again, take that for what it's worth, but it would indicate to me that their offensive line just frankly has not been good enough.
Finally, Jason, do you think that Chewy could take all three members of our afternoon show, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
Oh,
Well, I know Chewy's a pacifist, so take him where?
Well,
to the Q Club.
Yeah, they were upset by Chewy's take because Chewy said, hey, 3 more games like this, and Chewy would consider playing Sean Clifford. Kyle took exception to it, got all fired up yesterday while they were at Drink Wisconsinably, and it somehow devolved then into them asking if the 3 of them could beat up Chewy.
This has some Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza, Did I Beat You Up vibes. Look, I would just say this: if the question is whether Chewy can take them, I think he should take them to go see the Taylor Swift movie, like Paula and the girls and I are doing this afternoon. Which I'm a little. I enjoy her music. I have never seen a concert film in a theater, and I'm not really sure what to expect. It sounds like all the girls that go to the movie, like they sing along with the songs, and you treat it like you're actually on the Eras tour. That is my biggest concern today. Not Chewy beating up Brust, although that would be interesting. I'm more concerned about what I'm getting myself into this afternoon.
Jen said it was great.
Jen took her girls.
Yeah.
Jen took her girls, really enjoyed it.
That was really good.
Okay, well, that's helpful. See, news you can use, whether you're listening on terrestrial radio or your Alexa or on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's back up and running.
Nice.
Now.
So, Jason, we appreciate the time. We'll talk to you again next week.
All right, fellas, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and
See, what
Chewy.
you have to do when one guy is taking on 3, you don't take on the weakest link right away. You try to disable the guy who is in the middle. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Like, to me, Benny would be the weak link because he went to the hospital with 2 stitches in his arm and took an ambulance there.
Sure.
So I know I'm going to take him down.
Yeah.
So you kind of leave him. Mm-hmm. But between Nortman and Kyle.
Yeah. We'll dive into that. We'll hear the audio of them calling you out specifically from yesterday's show. We'll do that coming up next. But first, get perked up. Let me tell you guys about Perky's Old Fashioned. It's the old-fashioned mix with the booze already inside with brandy, bourbon, and now for a limited time, cranberry brandy options. You can get Grandma Perky's Secret wherever, whenever. Look, these are perfect for really any occasion. And I like to think of it as a perfect drink for football. You got college football, pro football coming this weekend. Kick back on the couch. You got an old fashioned to relax. But with the holiday season fast approaching, that cranberry brandy option, I think, is going to be a hit, especially if you bring it to your family and friend gatherings. Find Perky's near you by going to perkysoldfashioned.com. Perky's Old Fashioned, locally made, Wisconsin made. Your bartender in a bottle.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
Everything's looking pretty good out on the roads. Really not seeing any delays around the area. We've just got one broken down vehicle on 41 southbound just past Pilgrim Road off on the left shoulder, so it might be a little bit of a tap of the brakes through there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, a slight chance for a shower or storm, mostly cloudy, otherwise windy with a high of 68. Then the bottom drops out. Tonight, decreasing clouds, windy with a low of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play Whistling Straits and other Pro Tour courses, whatever the weather is, in one of their 12 state-of-the-art simulators.
ShowtimeFloors.com. Write it down. Put it in your phone. ShowtimeFloors.com. If you're ready to upgrade the concrete surfaces in your home, then ShowtimeFloors.com is here for you. It's used by military bases, airports, businesses, and of course residential homes too. Floor Shield is designed to beautify and protect concrete surfaces. Plus, it's eco-friendly and non-toxic. So if you're pulling into your garage or you're pulling out of your garage and you're seeing cracks and you're seeing uneven surfaces, it is time to call my friends at ShowtimeFloors.com. Enjoy a 15-year warranty against wear. Find offers of up to $300 off. $300 off, guys, just by going to the website. ShowtimeFloors.com for more information and those discounts on Floor Shield right now.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected varieties Stone Ridge ice cream, 2 for $7. 18 to 24.6-ounce selected varieties Van de Kamp's fish, $4.99. 12.8 to 18.8-ounce selected varieties Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches, $5.99. 5.3-ounce cup selected varieties Dan and Greek Oikos yogurt, 4 for $5.
Let's see, spices, cardamom, hibiscus powder. It's like looking at Green Bay's roster right now. I don't recognize it, but I'll learn to love it.
Attention Century shoppers. You're going to love this opportunity. Win 2 tickets to see Green Bay play Kansas City on December 3rd, autographed Packers footballs, or 4 packs of Hall of Fame tickets.
I'd love to see Green Bay's new QB in action and win those tickets. What do I do?
Find the weekly code on Century's Facebook or Instagram and enter to win.
Love it. Getting the Century code on Insta right now.
Ends November 14th.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
There's only one place in Milwaukee where every day of the year, dreams and reality get together for a great time. Where you can walk in a player and walk out a winner. That place, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. With fantastic dining, gaming, sports betting, a luxurious hotel, and endless ways to win, the excitement never stops. The only thing missing is you. Your win is waiting. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Visit our website to learn more. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Change the way you do business and take more control of the payment process with Fifth Third Bank's Treasury Management Solutions. Their market expertise and managed services streamline the entire payment process and integrate with your existing systems, giving you more control than ever. With their suite of payment solutions, you will soon recognize new revenue sources that can save time, offset operating costs, and improve the bottom line, all customized for your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, not how this works.
Attaboy.
That's not how any of this works.
That's how you make content.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To be determined.
Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be dumb. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I like to think of Chewy as a bit of a take-smith. You know, sometimes he just kind of throws stuff out there, says some things, doesn't even realize he's saying it. But then it kind of gets other people here at 94.5 ESPN riled up. Now, a lot of times in the past, that would rile up Scalzo and Brust in the afternoon. Well, Brust's now being a part of our new show, Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, 2 to 5 here at 94.5 ESPN. They're the ones getting fired up. And it wasn't even anything... I thought it was kind of an innocent conversation we were having about it on Monday, just kind of venting some frustrations about the Packers and their offense and the way... In particular, Jordan Love has looked. I think we've backed off a little bit just based on some of the information that's come out from guys like JT O'Sullivan and Kurt Warner, some of these quarterbacks that study the tape and then put out videos kind of, explaining everything. But here's what Chewy had to say about Jordan Love earlier this week.
But he has to because the offensive line has been donkey.
No, I know. But I want to see on film because the concepts are all the same. Spacing is all the same.
Yes.
How you get timing is all the same. I'll be able to see Love's came off from too early. That's just, it's just.
But this,
I don't know. I'm with Jason Jen. I will give him another 3 weeks. If he sucks, if Jordan Love sucks, I'm sitting him down.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So 3 weeks, you said you're sitting him down.
3 weeks might be a little. You know what? What tripped my trigger is Rob Demoski saying, "What if Clifford the Big Red Dog is Brock Purdy?"
Yeah.
What if he is? What if he is?
Well, I mean, and he had a lot of really good things when he joined us on Monday to say about Jordan Love, he had a lot of good things to say about Sean Clifford and his performance as a rookie in training camp.
Yeah.
He was very impressed in terms of what he looked like as a rookie in training camp, which obviously doesn't necessarily translate, but is a data point worth mentioning. So Joshy, because he's a good producer, takes that clip, sends it to everybody, and the folks over at KBN heard it, and they got a little fired up about it yesterday while they were doing their show at Drink Wisconsin.
Obviously, when the sensible one is away, the incompetent folks will play.
Wow. That was powerful.
Mark that. Please mark that and send that to Josh DiMaggio, the producer of Jen, Gabe, and
Y'all
Chewy.
go wait a minute. I'm just joking. I love you.
No.
I'm scared of them both, kind of.
Yeah. Got out of the hand right there. Got out of the hand.
See, you can't be scared of Jen. You can't be scared of Chewy. Just because Chewy's got muscles doesn't mean he can catch you.
All right. Okay. All right.
Why are you scared of Jen?
Well, I just need you to block them and hold them up when I run. If they come for me, I'm telling you, you're going to be
I'll tabletop Chewy.
All right.
He's top heavy.
Tabletop.
He's top heavy. I can take him down.
Here we go.
We just got to be strategic. Do you think the three of us could take down Chewy in a fight?
I mean,
yeah, the three versus one. Yeah,
about how much y'all got?
Crazy game.
3 versus 1.
Wait, we don't.
Gabe, get on the headset. Get on the headset.
Yeah.
Dang it, he's been drinking.
Okay, you don't think 3 people could take down 1?
He's a monster.
But there's 3 of us.
Yeah, right. You think I'm scared?
One hit and I'm out.
Oh, Ben, we need your toughest. We need the toughest version of Ben.
No, I'm out.
Wait, all that Princeton Club working out you've been doing,
Just
and all
because I'm
that
strong doesn't
testosterone
mean I can
stuff
take a
you've been
punch.
So it seems like Ben is at least becoming more self-aware of the situation. It seems like he knows that you're coming for him first, and then you're left with 2 football players. I mean, because Kyle played Division III at Whitewater, and then you have Nortman, who...
But he's a punter.
Okay.
But he's a punter. See, here's the deal. I grew up in Boston, obviously. Yep. The Irish like to fight. I don't know if you knew that or not. The Irish like to fight.
The first time I've
been
heard
in
this.
a lot of melee scraps in my life.
Okay.
And
have you ever had a 3 versus 1?
Gabe, I've got a brother.
Yeah.
Who is scarier than me. He's not as cut. He doesn't work out and stuff, but he was LAPD, and he's got snap.
Okay.
He's got snap.
All right.
So how you defeat 3 is you, like I said, take the guy in the middle. Benny is like, he will cower in the corner. So I will get to him when I'm done. The thing is, you got to determine, is it either Brad or Kyle? You got to jump them right away.
Yeah.
You got to jump them and then just go to town. You're going to take some shots. You're going to get bloody, but you try to defeat the guy in the middle quick because you know Ben's going to be hands over his head.
I mean, he's going to catch an accidental elbow as he tries to jump in there, and he's done. He's done.
I won't even have to touch Ben. He will submit.
Just to raise the fist, just kind of, and flinch at him, and he's gone.
You ever see a possum when they play dead? That'd be Ben. He'd just be laying there. So I don't know Brad. I know Kyle. Kyle produced the show with me and Craig on Sundays. Kyle has, I think, some hidden snap in him.
I think there's a little bit in there. You're seeing a lot of the energy.
Yeah.
If you listen to that show, like he's the one who's been bringing the energy.
Probably jumping Brad.
Okay.
Yeah. And not Fitz, MMA style.
Yeah.
We're in a ring. You got gloves on, even though those gloves are very, they're a little padded. They're not as padded as boxing gloves.
So you're jumping him. Have you ever had to do? So it seems like with this strategy, this is something you've had to do before.
Yes. Well, I used to bounce all over Boston.
Okay.
I think I'm 14-1.
Okay, that's a pretty good record.
Which is pretty good. And the only reason I'm the one is because someone cracked me in the back of the head with a beer bottle. I mean, Boston's a tough place to live.
Yeah, I mean back of the head beer
fighting,
bottle.
That's pretty accurate movie. So,
you like apples?
That's how you do it. Is there a thing here? Is there a ring in town? Or is I ain't gonna want to? I can't because I can't stop.
If you start, you can't stop.
I can't, and I just
I mean, there's no doubt he could take all three. I have zero doubt in my mind. Yeah, especially after he just said, "Once I start, I can't stop."
If the clip continues as well, two of the people came out right away and said they'd never ever been in a fight. Which, if you're coming in with no experience, that's a bad place to be. You could get overwhelmed very quickly. You have to be able to take a punch in the face to know what it feels like.
Well, to me, I've been hit in the head so many times, and the biggest thing.
What's one more?
Your skull has a callus at this point.
The biggest thing, and I actually wanted to take a test drive with MMA, but Angie wouldn't let me. I'm like, why? My brain's already mush.
You're too big for MMA. I feel like most of those guys are more around 6 because you need that quick agility to kind of do the mat ground.
I would lean up. I'm probably 270 right now. 55, my fighting weight.
And I mean, Brock Lesnar, his whole thing was just being bigger and stronger than everyone.
That's true. Yeah.
But he was like 300-something pounds, right?
I think for his last one, he trimmed down to around probably where you're at now, probably like 270.
Okay.
But he was also taking a little...
Yeah. Junky junk.
He got popped for it after the fight, which, if you saw that fight and saw Brock Lesnar, was probably one of the least shocking things you've seen.
There's about 5 guys in MMA where you look at them, come on.
Did you? And I was watching the Chuck Liddell, who was really the start of it.
Yeah.
And
he's got a 30 for 30.
It was a 30 for 30 on him.
Yeah.
But his brain was so mush at the end of his career. He was just getting slightly dinged in the head.
Yeah,
not even. And he was,
All right, so we feel confident. Josh, you right? You're in on that. Yeah, Chewy's no question.
Yeah, I mean, if they had more experience, I would say there would at least be a fair fight there. But I mean, 2 of them immediately were like, "I'm toast," which is a bad mindset.
Who hasn't been in the fight?
Both Brad and Ben had never been in a fight.
Both Brad and Ben have never been in a fight.
Kyle, like you said, I think Kyle's got that little scrap. He's got a little scrap in him.
I got in a fight 3 years ago.
Kyle's not starting the fight, but if he needs to jump in because his buddies are in one,
he was a
he'll
linebacker
scrap.
too.
Yeah,
that takes a little crazy. Got to be a little crazy. For
I got in 3.
3 years ago, you got in a fight.
What?
Since we've been doing this show, you've gotten in a fight.
Well, it wasn't really a fight. I just bitch slapped the guy, and he went down to the ground. I said, "Don't put your hands on my wife." He was loaded. He put his hands on my wife, and I open-handed cuffed him, and he'll never do that again. I didn't tell you that story?
No.
Yeah.
Did he end up on his keister?
Oh, yeah.
Were the cops called?
I don't know.
He got out of Dodge.
But it was probably a half slap.
Okay. It wasn't like the full...
Oh, I didn't uncork.
Yeah.
I would have killed him if I uncorked. And it was open-handed.
Yeah.
It was nicer that way.
All right, there you go.
Mercy.
Wasn't my fault.
So that was number 14, or did you not even count that in the record?
I don't even. If you're not getting punched, then you
then it doesn't count it towards the record.
Ridiculous.
All right, we'll dive back into some Packers versus Vikings talk as we get ready for that game coming up on Sunday. But first, I do want to tell you that Ewald does make it easy. And the Ewald family of dealerships is proud to announce Ewald Volkswagen of Menominee Falls. Get ready to shop the easy way. They make it easy to save on your favorite VW models with the lowest prices guaranteed. They make it easy to go further, too, with Ewald's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. So it's easy to see why you want to go to the Falls. Ewald Volkswagen on Main Street in Menominee Falls. Go to ewaldvw.com today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Congratulations are in order for Cedar Ridge Distillery's original 86 bourbon, the best-selling bourbon in Iowa for a third straight year, making a home in Wisconsin. Ben Bruss here to tell you more about Cedar Ridge Distillery's bourbon and whiskey. Aged in non-climate control rick houses, the Midwest weather means Cedar Ridge products go through all the temperature swings. That means unique flavors. So it makes sense that the Quintessential is one of the highest awarded American single malts. Trust me, each bottle of Cedar Ridge is handcrafted with that Midwest feel. Learn more about their award-winning products at cedarridgedistillery.com.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here for St. Kate the Arts Hotel. If you're looking to start the weekend right, head to Bubbles and Brunch at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Every weekend from 9 to 1 in Giggly Champagne and Wine Bar, this brunch is anything but basic. The atmosphere is set with a local DJ spinning music to set the mood, while the hotel's acclaimed culinary team offers up a menu of elevated breakfast dishes. Add to the fun with endless mimosas. Experience a brunch that is anything but basic at Giggly Champagne and Wine Bar inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Reservations available online. Learn more by visiting stkatearts.com.
Now's the time to get your place ready for company with up to 40% off select online baths at the Home Depot, because the holidays are coming to town. And so are your friends, your family, and their friends and family. So let the Home Depot help get your bathroom guest ready with the Tabana Vanity and the matte black Oswell faucet from Glacier Bay. For more storage and a new modern look, refresh your space with up to 40% off select online baths. Plus, get free delivery on all online vanities and faucets from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Bring friends and watch your favorite team compete on big screens. Grab game day eats in T. McSee's Sports Bar, or celebrate your team's victory in Horizon's Steakhouse. To book your game time at the Island Resort and Casino, call 800-682-6040 today.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Check out our brand new Hyundai dealership, one of the largest in the Midwest.
Step inside of our state-of-the-art showroom where you can view our new Hyundai models and some of our finest certified pre-owned.
We've also expanded our service center, staffed by our factory-certified technicians.
And right next door, we've started construction on our all-new Genesis of Waukesha dealership.
But we're not just building walls, we're building careers.
So if you're looking for a career with great benefits and opportunity for growth, Boucher is the place for you.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
What are we having for dinner? At Cousin Subs, we have a simple answer for this age-old question. A family 4-pack, of course. Now at participating Cousin Subs locations, you can get any 4 classic or deli fresh subs or subs in a bowl and 4 chips or regular fries for the limited time only price of $30 plus tax after 4 p.m. You heard that right. Feed your entire crew for just $30. Order in store at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know which is which, but here's what I do.
Yes, all right.
I take the plus and I put it to the plus. I take the minus and I put it to the minus.
Yeah, but the jacker things don't have the...
Yeah, they do.
Where?
Sure do. On the handles.
What's a jacker thing? And is it something that your wife keeps in the drawer?
He meant jumper cables.
On 94.5 ESPN.
The line just continues to shift for this Packers game, by the way. Packers now 1.5 underdogs heading into this game against Minnesota.
Why?
Because Minnesota, injuries in Minnesota. My guess is money just continued to come in on Minnesota because they looked fairly decent even without Justin Jefferson. And granted, it was a home game, but they still beat the San Francisco 49ers on Monday night.
Yeah.
Like this is a team that has kind of found their identity more than the Packers have, for sure. Like they played tight games, they've played close games. Yes, they've lost a handful of them.
You know where I'm going to lose it? This is the only thing I'm going to lose it over.
Okay.
Is if they do not give special attention to Hunter.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter.
Like they didn't against Crosby and they didn't against Hutchinson. Well, it won't be a fun Monday.
You heard Jason give the Pro Football Focus grades. And again, not that Pro Football Focus is the end-all be-all. It's certainly a data point. But in terms of the Packers' offensive line, like one is ranked top 10 at their position. Zach Tom.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is just kind of, eh.
But
if you're the Vikings, you're keeping Danielle Hunter away from Zach Tom and you're feeling pretty good. And
absolutely.
By the way, not that these tight ends are fantastic blockers to begin with, but I think Luke Musgrave, in terms of his chipping ability, in terms of all that, is light years ahead probably of Tucker Kraft, which is why he continues to play that much more than Tucker. And if Luke Musgrave can't go, whoo boy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of inexperience, but Gabe, I will lose my mind if they don't chip this guy with a tight end and or a running back. If they let him just dominate the game and they wind up losing this thing by 3, 4, or 5 because Hunter takes over the game, then I will start calling LaFleur a video game coach. Where, video game, offensive line doesn't matter. Just send everyone out and
send everybody in the route.
Does matter.
Yeah, it does.
I'll lose it.
What does a Packers win look like on Sunday? We dive into that question coming up in 2 minutes. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have some backups along southbound 43 from just before Capitol Drive down past Locust, northbound slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe, westbound 94 slowing down from 35th Street through the Stadium interchange, and northbound 41 backed up from Wisconsin Avenue past Swan. The southbound side is going to be a bit slow right around that North Avenue curve to Mayfair Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today is slight chance for showers and storms, mostly cloudy, otherwise windy with a high of 68. Tonight, decreasing clouds, windy, and the bottom drops out on the temperatures, a low of 37. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaukee County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by the legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, settled amongst 250 acres of beautiful private land. The Bog caters to golfers of all skill levels, offering a golf experience unlike any other. Come enjoy the finest golf greens in Wisconsin, and after your round, enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There's a guy that sits in like downtown St. Pete. It's kind of has a foot fetish, but he'll lick anyone's feet after they leave a certain establishment. Is that disgusting or what?
Yeah, super disgusting.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Just say again really loudly what happened.
Okay, I burned my foot very badly on my Foreman grill, and I now need someone
you burned your foot on a Foreman grill?
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Sure. Again, whatever floats your boat. I'm not going to shame you for it if you do it in the confines of your own home.
If you're out sitting on the street,
yeah, that's
looking for volunteers.
Who's letting people, random guys, just lick their toes?
They do.
You must have to pay for that.
Most nights before I go to bed, I will lay 6 strips of bacon out on my George Foreman grill. Today, I got up, I stepped onto the grill, and it clamped down on my foot. That's it. I don't see what's so hard to believe about that.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like
Chewy has acquired the picture of him hanging out at the Q Cup last night with his neighbor, the Blammer, a.k.a. Chernobyl Corn, a.k.a. Doc. He's got like 3 or 4 nicknames.
And 1 shirt.
Yeah, he only has 1 shirt. Any picture I've ever seen of the Blammer, and unfortunately I have seen a picture of the shirtless Blammer that Chewy has shared. Anytime I've seen a picture of the Blammer, he is wearing that same shirt.
Yeah.
So I think he only has 1 shirt.
I think it's for his protection. High vis. Gotta be seen. Can't lose him.
Wait, Chewy didn't leave him behind at the Q Club last night.
I can guarantee you this. That probably gets a wash every 5 wears. Maybe 7.
Kind of like your socks.
Yeah. You think that's why we bond?
Maybe. You're equal level of disgusting.
Yes. Ooh, that picture shirtless is a tough one.
It's not great.
Have you seen it, Joshy?
Yes, I have that one.
I think that's how you indoctrinated him into the show. Like, it was announced that Joshy was going to be our producer. We added Joshy to the group text chain. I think the first thing you sent was the picture of the shirtless Blammer.
Okay.
It's welcome to the show.
It's a treat.
Josh DiMaggio. Packers Vikings this Sunday, and things haven't been going well for the Packers. 3 losses in a row, and I mean the offense has struggled in every one of those games. Yes, they got 20 points against Detroit, but under 20 points against Vegas and Denver. How many points, Chew, do they need to score to beat the Vikings? And who's going to who? Is LaFleur going to Joe Barry? Hey, I need you to hold him to X amount. Or is Joe Barry going to LaFleur going, hey, how many points can we give up this week?
So no Jair, no
Jair's up in the air.
So no Jair, no Musgrave.
No Jair, no Musgrave.
Aaron Jones on a pitch count?
Maybe. Questionable.
22.
You think they can hold the Vikings to under 21?
I think the Vikings score 21.
Okay, so you need 22 or more for the Packers.
I mean, I'm looking at the team stats.
Something that they haven't done since week 2.
Team stats to date, Minnesota's averaging 368 yards of offense. The Packers are averaging 303. And then yards allowed, Minnesota 351 to Green Bay's 355. So the defenses are fairly comparable. It's just, I think, because Cousins is playing real well, and they beat the Niners without Jefferson. So they're going to score some points. I don't think they're going to score a ton, but I think they'll score at least 21. Can Green Bay at home score 22? With tight ends that are extremely unproven, with an O-line that is playing very meh against one of the best pass rushers in the league. Hasn't worked out for them so far when they've gone up against a dominant pass rusher.
I want to have optimism.
Yes.
I want to have faith. I have nothing to think or lead me to believe that the Packers are going to be able to score 22 or more points. Do you? I don't know what that looks like. Obviously, it's, you got to get off to a fast start. You got to start faster. Okay. If they knew the answer of how to get off to a faster start, don't you think they would have figured out a way in the mini bye, during the regular bye? And especially now you're not going to be at full strength offensively. We basically know you're definitely without Musgrave. Still don't know about Aaron Jones at this point. That's going to be in the air. But without one of your starters who has played so many more snaps than the guys behind him that are going to play, I don't know how you start faster. Luke Musgrave is running wrong routes, and they still will not put in Tucker Kraft.
Yes, that is very concerning. But do you just? I mean, I don't see him going to Tucker Kraft a lot, so have him chip.
Yeah, either do I.
On Hunter. Here's what it is in a nutshell. They have to start winning their individual matchups. The days of fooling people early in the season is not going to be there anymore, especially with a tight end who is, I wouldn't think they're going to be a big factor in the game. Mm-hmm. They just need to clean things up.
I think this is a game, Chew. I don't know if we learned much about Jordan Love in this game. Hopefully we get another data point. But this is a defense that blitzes more than any other team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And when a team blitzes defensively, that leaves you in man. I think we're going to find out a lot about this receiving court, not necessarily the tight ends, because, again, they're still incredibly raw, and there's still a lot to be learned there. But I just think that when you take a look at it, you're going to find the wide receivers are going to have opportunities in one-on-one matchups. And to your point, if they win those one-on-one matchups, I think we learn, or if they lose those one-on-one matchups, we learn a lot about what the wide receivers, the young wide receivers for the Packers look like.
Christian Watson needs to hit a ball over the top. Has to. Because against man, I don't have a lot of confidence in him because he's not a great route runner. Mm-hmm. His thing is to get on top of people and use his speed, which we have not seen at all this year. We saw it last year. This season, it seems like, I know he's got hamstring issues, but he's kind of come back to the pack.
Yeah, when he got chased down against the Raiders.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
I don't know if he doesn't have that fifth gear right now or whatever, but the best way to get them out of blitzing is to hit a ball over the top and score a big one. But they have to learn. They got to know, like, hey, dude, you got to win one-on-one matchups. When it's you against that corner, Dobbs,
you got to win.
On a 12-yard in route or an 18-yard dig route, you have to win. At least give Jordan a chance other than the check down. And then LaFleur, take the training wheels off. Stop worrying about the damn playoffs or whatever. Take your second half script or
put it in the first half.
Put it in the first half. Right? And if it doesn't work, so be damned.
And whatever else you've been doing hasn't been working.
But check down city's got to stop because all the guys are doing, all these defensive backs and these secondaries are just sitting on routes because they know it's going to go to a check down. So we'll see.
So to that point, I think that there's an opportunity, if they even lose this game, for me to feel better about the offense.
I agree.
Like, if we start to see some of those growths, they're winning some of these one-on-one matchups. The ball's coming out on time. Jordan Love he sees this blitz coming, but he's able to get it out and get into the hands of somebody because they won their one-on-one route. I think there's an opportunity for the Packers to lose this game, but still feel better about the offense.
I agree. I mean, they lose 31-24, and offense looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Because, as I've been saying all season long, I've kind of written off the defense. I don't have any faith in them when they come up against the Rams, when they come up against the Chiefs, when they come up against pretty good offenses.
Yeah.
But the key is, this is today's NFL. You got to have offense, baby. You don't have offense, you got no shot.
No, you can't.
You can have the number one defense in the league, but if you have the 26 offense, you ain't winning anything.
Like the Browns' defense is really good. They held the Niners to under 20 points one week. And the next weekend, I understand there was a lot of turnovers and defensive scores in the game, but they gave up 30-plus to the Colts led by Garner Minshew.
Mm-hmm. And they should have lost the San Francisco game with a chip shot.
But still,
we're looking at them defensively.
But still, like defensively, like they did their job against San Francisco.
Yeah.
To hold them, even if that field goal goes through, right? To hold that offense to what they did. And Myles Garrett's probably the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you can have the best defense in the league, and then you could still give up 30-plus points to a Colts team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't... You said it so well 3 years ago when the Packers played the Rams and the Rams had that great defense. It's a Jamaican take.
Yes. at the end.
It's
I
nice.
mean, it's nice to have.
It's
It'll
nice
get
to
you
have.
a championship.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the offense to go with it, you don't have a shot.
And that's where, right now with the Packers, that's where I agree with you. It's more about the offense.
So what do they need to do?
Offensively?
What do you want to see Love? I mean, has he sniffed 300 yards yet? Even against the Bears?
No. I think the most he's had is like 250 maybe.
Okay.
I'd come away thrilled if he put up 300
Oh,
yards.
God. If 300 yards, I'm going to tell you this right now. And maybe this gets around to ESPN 1000 down in Chicago, and they can make fun of us if they want. If Jordan Love throws for 300 yards on Sunday, we're doing Victory Monday, win or lose.
I'm with that.
What if he has 2 interceptions?
And how many touchdowns?
2.
Okay, then we'll call out
It's
Victory
got to go
Monday.
4-2. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Or 3 touchdowns, one
pick?
interception.
Okay, you have to have 2 more tutties than interceptions.
What if one
plus
of
the
them
300
those
yards?
pop passes on Christian Watson, who may or may not be playing, who knows if he'll get hurt in the middle of the game. But one of those where it's just Jordan Love gets a shotgun and drops it in his hands. Does that count?
Yeah,
that?
counts in the stat sheet.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're taking wins wherever we can get them right now, Joshy. That's how bad things have been. So Jordan Love this year, passing yards, Chew.
Yeah.
245, 151, 259, 246, 182, 180.
But that's essentially in the second half for the last 4.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not been great.
Yeah.
So, 300 yards. Like, 300 yards, I don't care if they win or lose.
Yeah, I agree.
We haven't had a 300-yard game in a season and a half.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Like, because Aaron didn't have one last year. Now I got to look up when Aaron Rodgers' last 300-yard game was.
It wasn't the playoff game, was it, in 2021?
No, because that's when they lost to
San Fran.
San Fran.
Yeah.
So regular season of 2021.
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been the last week because Rodgers sat. This is getting depressing quickly.
Yeah, it is.
How many quarterbacks in that time do you think have had a 300-yard game? Because it's got to be more than 31, right?
So the last 300-yard game that the Green Bay Packers quarterback has had was December 12th of 2021.
And we're 23? December against who?
Chicago.
Wow.
Rodgers had a streak of 3 in a row and almost 4 in a row. Threw 292 against Seattle, 385 against Minnesota, 307 against the Rams, and then December 12th, 2021, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks against the Chicago Bears.
What is the under-over for reception yards by a tight end against Minnesota?
What
would you put it at?
18 and a half.
18 and a half?
Yeah. Do you think Tucker Kraft has
I don't know
more
what
or
I'm
less?
taking.
That means I said a good line.
All right, we're going to stay positive. I'm going to take the over.
It's hard to stay
Does
positive.
Gunga Lagunga count?
Yeah,
Is he officially
he's a tight end.
Now? He's no longer a fullback?
To the depth chart. Yeah.
I'm taking the over. What are you taking?
I'm taking the over simply just because they have to.
Okay.
There's not many.
Especially if we get 300 yards.
Yeah.
Are we going to try to manifest that? Is that what we're going to try to do over the next 45 minutes? Is manifest Jordan Love throwing for 300 yards against the Minnesota Vikings?
I think we should.
I think that should be our calling card for the day.
Because here's the thing: if he doesn't do it now, then we're in November, and we're getting closer and closer to literally 2 years without a 300-yard passing game.
Now, the matchup predictor on ESPN is really not. I'm shocked at this. They have Minnesota with a 58% chance to win.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I didn't think. I thought it'd be a 50-50.
Packers haven't looked good at all the last 3 weeks. Minnesota's looked decent. They've looked at least like a competent football team offensively. And then they have Danielle Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, if you're drafting the best players, if you were just to go, okay, we've got,
I want to enact a rule on this show.
First, how many Minnesota Vikings players are you drafting before you get to the Packers?
I want to enact a rule on this show. We had it when we played in Green Bay, had it in business. You can't be negative on a Friday. No more negativity. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. We have to stay positive.
All right. Next week, Good Vibes Only Friday.
We need a name for it because when we had lunch in Green Bay, anyone that went into the strength coach office to eat your lunch, we called it Margaritaville.
Okay.
And you could not talk about football. You talk one thing about football, and you're out.
Sorry, I heard the word rules, and I came running down.
Okay,
someone just sat down.
Yeah.
I heard the word
Shouldn't
rules.
you be sleeping?
Well,
I heard rules.
Yeah, you heard rules, and we're already late, and now you want to extend the segment?
Well, you guys listen to any rules. That's why I'm
executive producer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, Ashton Rotman.
Did you say something get dumped earlier today?
Could I beat up the 3 guys on the afternoon show?
Yeah, with one arm tied behind your back.
Did I say what yesterday?
No, today. Did you get dumped? Did you say something that you got dumped today?
Yeah, but you can use that word in certain instances, and I just didn't have time
to process if that was one of the ones he could use it for.
Rule of thumb here. Here's another rule. I like the positives on a Friday. If you have to think if it's right or not, just don't do it.
Don't say it. Why can't I say that, though?
It's bad. Can't do it.
Slap?
Yeah, no.
But I can use it in, like...
If you're complaining.
Complaining?
Yes.
Well, that's kind of complaining.
Like what you do most days, you bitch and moan. Like, you can say that, but you can't say what you say.
See, that's Bush League right there. Rules! That is total Bush League, That's
the rule. Also, we said we were going to have Good Vibes Friday, and
We've
then
been
Ashton
negative.
comes in and rules it. The hell is this?
Was that negative?
I'm negative.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
I mean, if
I'm not
Ashton...
like Fridays, I think.
Yeah.
This is perfect. You're going to start and end the week negative.
Well, all right, what happens if someone says something negative on the show on a Friday? There's got to be a punishment.
He wants us to say that you leave, and then he's going to say something negative. So
I got here's what we're going to do. I got a TENS unit that hasn't worked at home.
A what?
You know what a TENS unit is?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Hold on.
Joshy?
Find out next.
All right, I'll let you know next.
Now Chewy's doing teases. I don't know. I just lost complete control of the show. It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where Mentality comes in. Local healthcare facilities specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. So Mentality can help you with low testosterone levels. And look, you probably have no idea if you have low testosterone or not. But if you're tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself, don't have that energy to get through your day that you had a year or two ago, that could be low testosterone. Those are some of the symptoms. And it's easy to figure out if it is. You go to Mentality, book an appointment, lowtusa.com. They do a blood panel. You get your results back within a week. And if your testosterone levels are low, they'll work with you on a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. That's why I love it. That's why I love Mentality. It's given me that energy. It's given that sense of, hey, yeah, I've got the energy to get through this day. And it's customized. My solution customized for me. Your testosterone might be a little bit different than mine, and they make sure that they get it right just for you. Go to lowtusa.com. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality. lowtusa.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some backups around the area. Southbound on 43 slowing from Capitol Drive down past Locust. The northbound side slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about Keefe. We do have a broken down vehicle on 175 southbound just past I-94, so just something to keep in mind through there. 41 looking pretty good. Not seeing delays on that roadway at all right now. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a slight chance for a shower or storm, mostly cloudy and windy, a high of 68. Tonight, decreasing clouds, windy with a low of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, quiet tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you tired of looking at a dirty, dusty, and cracked garage and looking for a fresh new look? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you about Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor and also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. This makes it perfect for outdoor spaces, just like your patio. Check it out at ShowtimeFloors.com and work with a specialist to transform your space in as little as 1 day.
The all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel has something you gotta see. Play more slots and games, and you could say, "Show me the money," to reveal up to 10 grand each Thursday. 800,000 in prizes is up for grabs. 40 winners each week. This October and November at Potawatomi, Milwaukee. When you're ready to win, just say, "Show me the money." More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Gabe, it'll change your life. Any barbecue you eat for the rest of your life will be measured against Buc-ee's.
On 94.5 ESPN.
All right, so we got to come up with a name for what we want to now do on Fridays, where we have positive vibes only, good vibes only Friday. I don't know what we want to call it. It's still a name. It's still a work in progress. But Chewy wants to turn Fridays into positive only.
Yes.
We're only manifesting positive things. So does that mean we can't make like predictions on Fridays?
They got to be, you got to spin it so it's positive.
Okay.
Okay. Like it's going to be sunny. On Sunday, it's going to be really nice fall day, little foliage. It's going to be beautiful, which translates to
drive up to Lambeau is going to be pretty.
Yes.
Gonna just start predicting.
So the tens unit.
So this was what you want to bring in your tens unit as some sort. I don't know what this is.
So
some sort of punishment though for if somebody's negative on our good vibes only Friday.
So the tens unit is electrical stimulation, which I lived with when I played. And it just sends electrical impulses to your muscles, which make them flutter and stuff like that. But you can also turn it up real high where it makes that muscle contract and you know.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why do you own this?
Like I'll give you an example. Angie, my wife, had bicep tendonitis.
Okay.
Which is very painful.
Yeah.
You throw the TENS unit on it, it pulsates the muscle, it gets the caca out of there.
Okay.
Which is essentially tendonitis, and it just speeds up your recovery that much quicker. But if I went from it, like if I put it on your bicep, and went from 0 to 8, that arm's gonna it's gonna lock right up. So I'm saying, if you're negative, it's just a soft negative. I'll give you a 3. If it's hardcore negative, 8.
What about you? What if you're negative?
That's fine.
Okay.
I kind of like it, which is weird. I know it's a little weird. But it's a very. You guys never had it.
No,
Joshy.
No, I was familiar with it. I had seen one of those before. I've never had any place where I've needed to wear one.
Will they let us do it here, or is that?
Well, that's a whole nother thing.
I mean, I was gonna go taser, but that would be a little aggressive.
Yeah.
The whole whenever you're starting to bring electric impulses,
it's a medical device, Gabe.
Yeah, but it's
Should we talk to Pratik on this?
Yeah, he's gonna say no.
Is he our boss now? Is he the cop of ESPN?
When it comes to different things and regulations, he's
Is this an HR thing?
Yeah.
HR.
We've got some suggestions on what we could call our Friday show now, if we want to do good vibes.
Yes, but
positive
then we
vibes.
have to. Listeners, you also got to come up. If they're not going to let us use the TENS unit, there has to be some kind of punishment. And I don't want a quarter jar.
Where you're just putting money in or whatever.
Yes.
Free Ball Fridays coming from Will in Hartford. No. What about Fulfilling Friday? That's from
Free Ball Friday.
Yeah.
Jen doesn't have ball. You can't. So you got to include her.
Aren't we just? Isn't this just Toad Fridays? Aren't we just being toads? Isn't that what Friday's turning into?
Well, let's see what we get from the listeners. And do we have to wait for Jen?
Yeah, I mean, we can run this by
Monday.
her. We can run this by her, see if she's got, any creative ideas what we can call our Friday shows.
But am I all right with that? Because I'm kind of negative on Monday. I don't want to be negative on Fridays.
Yeah, I get. Look, I like the idea. I mean, I'm in for trying anything out.
Okay.
Especially because things haven't been the best for the Packers.
No.
Is that too negative? Can I even say that? Like, I don't know where the line is.
Well, we're not going to start till next week.
Yeah,
so you can.
But
say
I know
whatever
I
you
want to. I want to
today.
try out. I want to know if they lose this week and they're going into the Rams game on a 4-game losing streak. If I say, things haven't been the best for the Packers, is that negative? Do I get zapped for that?
Yeah, you get zapped. Yes, that's zappable. Yes. Do we have any other? So Free Ball Friday,
Fulfilling Friday.
Okay, sounds like Jesus is involved, which is fine.
I think Jesus wants anything to do with our show.
At times, yes. Yes.
Would think that His Holiness would want to, keep his distance from whatever we're doing here between 7 and 9 a.m. weekdays on ESPN Milwaukee. 800-990-3776. I'm not quite sure what people are calling about, but we've got calls lining up. We go to Ron in the Key. Ron, you're on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
First of all, too, I didn't know it was called that, but when I had my ACL surgery, they did that on my quad. They had the electric stimuli they were talking about. It's basically like the Adominizer back in the day. You're old. And Bruce Lee supposedly used to do that. Like in the movies, they'll show you like him attaching it to his pecs instead of doing push-ups.
Yeah.
But
it can be painful. If you turn it up too high, Ron, it can be a little zappy. Right?
Chewy, if you're trying to sell it to HR, that's the part you say quietly, and you say it was used to help muscles loudly.
Okay.
And then on Friday, I mean, Willie and Tosh already do Feel Good Friday, but Josh, I think you stumbled onto it. Toady Friday, but you just need alliteration, so it's Froggy Friday.
Ah, that's not bad.
Froggy Friday.
bad.
There we go. I do not mind
the
that.
Leader in the clubhouse.
I mean, Rocky with a good point on the talk and text line, 800-990-3776. Packer Free Friday, which...
that's negative.
I mean, well, but if we need to be positive right now, avoiding the Packers would be a way.
We won't have jobs on Monday.
I'm just saying it's a good point.
Froggy Friday.
Froggy Friday.
Okay.
Could be Froggy Friday. Chew, anytime you're looking to feel good, though, anytime you want to make sure, maybe you messed up, but you teased yesterday your wife maybe wasn't the happiest with you because you purchased something without her knowledge. You got to make up for it, right? So now maybe you purchase her a little gift and you go see our guy, Dean.
Well, Dean, you know what? One thing about Dean, he's always in a good mood.
That's true.
And one of his buddies works out at the gym that I was talking to yesterday. That's a avid listener. Dean is Mr. Positive. That's why he's welcome on this show anytime, because he makes my wife happy. That's why I go to the jewelry center. Let's be honest. Most guys don't have a clue when it comes to buying jewelry. Gabe just got engaged and did the smart thing and got his engagement ring from the jewelry center. They also do in-house repairs for watches and other fine jewelry like my Super Bowl ring when it needs work. I know where I'll be taking it to the jewelry center. They have 3 locations to stop into: Greenfield, Brookfield, and Burlington. And if my wife can't tag along, she can look through all the many styles of diamonds and other fine cuts online at shoptjc.com. I'm living proof. Happy wife, happy life. The Jewelry Center will make it happen. Brookfield, Greenfield, and Burlington, and online at shoptjc.com.
Just chew on this before we get to We Can Reach You, because we also got Josh, who also suggested Froggy Fridays on the talk and text line, much like Ron in the Key. But because we do like the word toad, Pete from Sheboygan suggested Full Toad Friday. So, just kind of think, let those two marinate, and maybe we'll even ask Jen about it when she's here on Monday.
You know what? We'll put it to a vote and let the fans.
Okay. We'll wait till Monday, see if there's anything that Jen wants to add, if she, has any creative, thoughts on it. But we'll see what she has to say. We'll put it on a poll on Monday. Week in Reach You. It's coming up next. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
Backing up just a bit, southbound 43 coming in from Capitol Drive down past Locust. Northbound, a little slow around North Avenue up past Fond du Lac Avenue. Otherwise, we just have a broken down vehicle on 175 southbound just past the stadium interchange itself onto Brewers Boulevard. Not really in traffic, but it's something to keep in mind. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, slight chance for showers and storms, mostly cloudy and windy with a high of 68. Tonight, decreasing clouds, windy, then the bottom drops out. It'll be a low of 37. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Take it to the house this season and enjoy tailgating from your own backyard. Tito's wants to make sure you have the best tailgate on the block. You can win game day gear for your next gathering by entering to win at Tito'sTailgate.com. Be sure to enter by November 15th for your chance to win a Solo Stove Grill, a Brewmate Back Tap for batch cocktails, or a Tito's football jersey. For official rules, visit Tito'sTailgate.com. Must be 21 years old to enter. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
It's a new era here in Milwaukee on the hardwood for the Pro Squad. It's NBA Tip-Off Week on ESPN Milwaukee, presented by the Jewelry Center. The best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee is the Jewelry Center. And the best place to get ready for the hoop season in Milwaukee is right here. Big name guests, big time topics, and the biggest games to start the season. NBA Tip-Off Week on 94.5 ESPN, presented by the Jewelry Center. Learn more at shoptjc.com.
For those who just can't wait for Black Friday, head over to Fleet Farm today for great Black Friday Now deals. Like a free battery pack with Milwaukee heated jackets, in-store only, or 40% off all men's Field and Forest flannel. And don't miss our trick-or-treating event on Saturday, October 28th from 10 till noon, with treats for the first 200 kids and gift cards for best costumes. Enjoy Black Friday savings now at Fleet Farm, home of everything you need for everyday life.
What are we having for dinner? At Cousin Subs, we have a simple answer for this age-old question. A family 4-pack, of course. Now at participating Cousin Subs locations, you can get any 4 classic or deli fresh subs or subs in a bowl and 4 chips or regular fries for the limited time only price of $30 plus tax after 4 p.m. You heard that right. Feed your entire crew for just $30. Order in store at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm telling you, don't doubt his story, because he heebie-jeebies at certain times to miss field goals.
Yeah.
Gabe, I showed you how he does the heebie-jeebies,
Heebie-jeebie,
right?
heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie.
You take your
heebie-jeebie.
fingers and you rub them back and forth on your thigh, and you go heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie. Swear the guy bats 100%. So to call him a liar, and he puts a curse on you?
Look, I'm not calling him a liar.
Yeah, you are.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We want to be positive now on Fridays. That's what we're trying to do. Although Matthew and Waukesha said if it's Good Vibes Friday, then you guys won't be able to speak at all. That seems unnecessary. I think we're a good time on Fridays.
Yeah, as of late, we can be a little negative. Look, we're gonna have to work on it.
We've got work to do.
But there's got to be a punishment.
If you're not positive.
Yes.
So do we consider this, I mean, I think this is a positive segment. I have a good time during it. Do you have a good time during it, Chew?
Yes. if I win, I do.
All right, time to play a little Week Can Reach You.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play the Week in Reach You.
I love this segment because we test Chewy to see how much he actually remembers throughout the week of shows. We've got 5 questions. He gets 3 right, he wins. If he gets 3 wrong, he loses. It's not so much competition versus Joshy anymore, the way it was a competition when we had Ashton producing the show. You ready, big guy?
Let's do it.
Question number 1. What did you first learn about smoking cigars this week?
Can I get a reason at least? I don't mind the laughing, but just give me a reason. Why? What did I find out?
Yeah, what did you learn about smoking cigars this week?
They're bad for you?
I think you already knew that one. What are you not supposed to...
You're not supposed to inhale the smoke.
Ah, there we go.
I tried to lead a horse to water. On
Yeah.
that one.
It took a little tug, but he
Why
got
aren't
there.
you supposed to again? I forgot.
Well, it's because smoking's
It's
bad,
unfiltered, yeah.
and it has no filter.
The filter, that's right.
Yeah, so you're supposed to draw into your mouth.
Okay.
What were you describing when you said this?
It's like you didn't have lungs. You were like a fish. You didn't need air or anything. You just kind of walk on water. The hell am I talking about?
That's what the question is.
What day?
This would have been...
Tuesday?
No, I think this was Wednesday.
Can I get it one more time? It's like you didn't have lungs. You were like a fish. You didn't need air or anything. You just kind of walk on water. I have no idea.
You were talking about ephedra. Ephedra.
Oh, dang it.
Would have also accepted Ching or Agent Orange, which were different little supplements you took for energy before game.
Should I have known that one, Joshy?
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty vivid description of something pretty
I know.
It's a very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going down that path at all. It was good stuff, though. Can't buy it anymore? It's illegal?
Ephedra, you cannot.
At GNC, you can't buy it. It's not.
No.
I'm not talking NFL illegal. I'm talking, like,
Yeah, you can't.
in the real world.
Like, I don't believe you can buy it. I don't think it's in anything. Not even, like, prescription-wise. I mean, maybe prescription-wise, but they're definitely not over-the-counter. You can't buy anything if you walk up, grab it off the shelf. You can't do that. Doesn't exist.
I know that. I know tryptophan because it almost, was killing me. I told you that story.
Yeah.
Joshy, do you know that?
Yeah.
You know what tryptophan is?
Yeah, it's the thing that...
In Turkey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they used to sell it as a supplement when I was in college, and we'd take anything, and they took it off the shelves.
All right, so after the first 2 questions, you're 1-1. Pivotal question number 3 begins with an audio clip.
There's got to be more than that.
What were you trying to tell us when you made that noise earlier this week?
That's not fair.
I mean, if you played the sound after that, because you made an additional sound. You didn't say words, you made another sound after that would give the answer away.
And I was talking about something?
What were you trying to tell us when you made that noise?
I have no idea. A hint?
You were trying to hide something.
My socks?
No. You were trying to be discreet because you had just purchased a gun. And you did not tell your wife about it, but then she found out because you bought the scope for the gun on Amazon.
I tried slipping that one past and got busted.
Dead giveaway.
Completely busted. But that goes back to the broken flipping candy jar, you know? Lawnmower's on the roof. Not going to notice that.
One thing, but again, she is a hawk when it comes to your financials.
Yes.
So she, notices a little bit of coin missing,
which is bogus because I look at that roll, the Amazon roll sometimes, and the crap that my daughter is buying at Ohio State. She's got like 6 Halloween costumes, which leads me to believe because I also had Dyson, the second son, buying Ubers in New Mexico when he went to school there for everyone in the bar.
It'd be irresponsible.
So is she buying Halloween costumes for everyone at Ohio State?
I think a lot of college kids, they do about 6 events, so you need a different costume for everyone.
And I get yelled at for a little scope. Life is not fair.
I mean,
is that negative? Was that negative? Would that get me zapped?
No, I mean, it's close.
Yeah,
it's close. I mean, it's not positive.
We got to determine the rules.
No, we need a judge. Someone's got to be the judge.
Can't be Ashy. He's not impartial.
Well, he would just say.
Yeah, he would somehow. Yeah, he would just be getting zapped left and right. All right. You got to rally, big guy. You got to get the next two right.
What am I down?
You got to get the next two right to win.
Okay.
We got 2 left. You got to run the table.
Right. Okay.
Question 4 begins with an audio clip.
All right. Yeah, the dog's better. Oh, that's Joshy's bed.
Didn't even have to ask the question.
You take the stain away from the comforter, and I am definitely cleaner than your dog.
So, what is the dog mentioned in this clip better than sleeping in bed? So, Josh had told the story. I didn't even think Josh told the story on the air. He told it off the air.
Nope. That
so
wasn't on the air?
No, it was off the air. So then you just blurted out at the end of the show. You decided to ask Josh who he'd rather have in his bed, the dog or you, who's cleaner. And
because Joshy's dog sleeps under the sheets.
Yes.
Sure does. In the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Am I cleaner minus, if you never heard the story of the stain?
I mean, we've got the stain, we've got the socks, we've got the house. You know, that dog gets a lot of baths. I'm party to those. I know how much I'm cleaning that dog.
Okay. The blammer or the dog?
I mean, it's the dog.
Who's better looking, the dog or blammer?
The dog.
Oh, Lou's a good-looking pup. All right, Chew. It all comes down to this. For all the Tostitos. Who are the 2 people you were trying to mention when you said this?
But he's kind of the highwayman of Milwaukee. Or the werewolf. So Freeway Man.
Freeway is one.
Yep.
And I called him what?
You called him the...
It's the Milverine.
Oh, yeah. My goodness. I thought he was screwed. I thought there was 0 chance. I thought there was a chance at Freeway.
Yes.
I thought there was 0% chance you were going to get Milverine correct.
But that all came about because, and I Googled it, the shoe licker, it wasn't in St. Pete, it was in Tampa. There's actually a guy that goes around from bar to bar asking if he can lick your shoes. Real thing.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
Again,
whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat, but keep it in the privacy of your own home.
I agree.
You bring it out in public.
I agree.
Just a little strange.
If you look up shoe liquor and Tampa,
a
lot of hits.
I didn't think Chewy was making it up, right?
Would you guys let him lick your shoes or no?
No.
No?
No.
I don't want to be involved in your weird kinks.
No.
Keep me out of
It's
them.
not my kink. It's Rex
No, I'm
Ryan's
saying
kink.
I meant you as in general.
Yeah.
Anybody else.
The royal you.
What about your girlfriend or spouse's shoe?
Yeah, no, not cool with that. There was the one guy, which ended up being a pretty dark story. I'm regretting I mentioned it, but he liked to get stepped on. He would go to bars and want people to step on him. That was also a thing that
that's kind of feels good. On your back?
To get stepped on?
I believe,
like a geisha?
I believe he even wrapped himself in a sleeping bag.
Okay. All right.
It was weird.
Too far. All right. I'm pulling the plug on this one because I do want to tell you about our friends at Palermo, specifically their Screamin' Sicilian branch. Now, we know that Palermo's, they're Wisconsin's hometown pizza. They know what they're doing. They've been doing this for over 55 years. But when you think about all the different brands they have in their Screamin' Sicilian line alone, you're going to find something that you like. Whether we're talking about the regular Screamin' Sicilian that is so screaming good, tasty, delicious pizza with all those toppings, that great craft crust that comes with a Screamin' Sicilian, or maybe you're thinking, I want something a little bit thinner. Okay, you can get the pub style, or you can get the thin and crispy. Maybe you want something a little thicker crust with 2.5 foot of cheese stuffed in the crust. The Screamin' Sicilian stuffed crust pizza. They have single options. They have other options in terms of dessert pizzas. So many different options when it comes to just Screamin' Sicilian. You're sure to find a brand that you like and a style that you like just within Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian Pizza from Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
To my newborn baby boy, the day you arrived was one of the happiest days of my life. Right up there with the day I bought my RV from that guy on the internet and insured it with Progressive. What a deal. Just know, son, I'll always be here for you. And by here, I mean in the middle of absolutely nowhere. In my RV.
Protect your baby with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected performance, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Visit prizepicks.com/play now and use code play now. That's code play now at prizepicks.com/play now. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and what a weekend it was. Did you bet last week? 6-2 on Saturday, a perfect 5-0 Sunday, 11-2 weekend. Guys, everybody made money again last week. Go to fatjacksports.com. The NBA season is now underway. You can make money betting these games. The plays are text to your cell phone or email to you, and they will make you money this year. Get everything through November for less than $100 a week. We were 11-2 last week. It's going to be another great weekend. Go to fatjacksports.com to win.
Bucks basketball is back. A new era tips off with Coach Griffin at the helm, alongside returning favorites and exciting new additions. It's Dame time, Milwaukee. Don't miss a moment of the action. From the electrifying slam dunks to the roar of 18,000 fans, all unfolding live at Fiserv Forum. Secure your seats now. Visit bucks.com/tickets and join us for an unforgettable season of Bucks basketball. There's a seat waiting for you at Fiserv Forum. Secure yours now at bucks.com/tickets.
I'm living the life that I lived before I started having knee pain 10 years ago.
Meet Julie, a woman who makes the most of every moment in life. But over the last years, those moments were filled with agonizing pain until she discovered QC Kinetics.
Finally, the pain got so bad that people around me are like, oh, when are you getting your knee replaced? I was walking, hobbling. I listened to my last QC Kinetics commercial and I said, I'm done. I got to find out about this.
What Julie found out was QC Kinetics treats osteoarthritis with regenerative therapies, taking your body's own healing properties and concentrating them in the areas where you feel pain, helping heal and restore those damaged areas. No harmful steroids, surgery, or downtime.
It changed how I'm living. I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
Get back your life before the pain. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What's the one thing you say almost weekly here on the show?
Less eat.
Try again.
I don't know.
What's the one thing you've got?
Big boobs.
You've got time.
Oh, time.
You've got time.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
We got there.
Took off. I needed a few more hints.
Yeah. You put you in a... That's Gabe's fault.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You want to talk about good vibes. No matter if we're positive, no matter if we're negative, this song to end the show each and every week, it gives you good vibes. Hits all the notes. Positive, it hits the saxophone that Chewy's been begging for and more modern music for some reason.
So good.
And look, KBN, they pretty much gave up the fight because they knew if they had to fight Chewy for the song, it's going to end poorly for them. I don't know if this qualifies as positive vibes or, if this is real positive for us, but I found this funny from Adam Stenovich, Packers offensive coordinator yesterday. What was the question? You even know what the question was, Joshy?
Yeah, it was regarding Jason, and it had to do with something about, I believe, the skill players and like how they can adjust to it. And he said, maybe this is a dumb question. Stenovich answered the question and finished with this.
There's no dumb questions.
No, there are.
Just dumb people.
Is that true, Chew? There's no dumb questions, only dumb people?
I think there's both. Right?
Deep philosophical thoughts.
Yeah, there are dumb people and dumb questions. Why, was he calling Jason dumb? Was he taking a shot?
I think he was making a joke saying it wasn't a dumb question, you're just a dumb person. I don't think he literally meant to call Jason dumb.
I think Jason's got a pretty good working relationship with everybody up there.
What is this new position coaches available to the media? I don't ever remember this.
So the coordinators have typically been available on Thursdays. It's not always positional, and sometimes they have some different positional coaches who will be available, but usually the offensive, defensive, and special teams coordinators are available. Come up to the media every Thursday.
Is that just deflecting for LaFleur?
No, because LaFleur still
speaks.
speaks. Yeah, but it's just to get a better insight into the specific sides of the ball.
I think you're noticing a change because we used to not be as good at gathering audio.
But what I don't understand... Good point.
We have gotten better at that as a station, so now you're starting to notice.
But why would he call out Yash?
He did a couple weeks ago.
When Jason didn't expect that, and not call out Myers. Why is there no consistency there? Because when 4 of the guys on your offensive line are grading out in the 50s, that's horrible.
Yeah. So this is what Jason had to say about from earlier today. Or what? This is Stenovich. This is Steno talking about. So we had talked about with Jason earlier about the offensive line, and on Pro Football Focus, one guy, your right tackle Zach Tom, is grading out in the 80s. The other guy's in the 50s. So Jason asked about Josh Myers because that's been a guy that has been talked about a lot. And here's what Steno had to say about Josh Myers.
Josh Myers is playing the best he's played in his career. I think he's playing really well. So I don't think right now that is the best move for us because he is one of our best 5 players. Josh, I'm talking about.
He may be one of the best 5 players, but certainly not playing great football.
Which makes me wonder if he was playing great football his first 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe he was worse than I thought in the past years. I don't know.
I'm trying to stay positive. Doesn't start till next week, though.
Correct.
I think eventually next year, I think you'll see Zach Tom playing center.
I have no idea, because if they don't like Yash, then they're just going to let him walk at this point.
Wouldn't right tackle be considered a more high value position, especially with the way edge rushers are? Now, I understand how important a center is. No disrespect to Frankie Winters. But in terms of keeping your quarterback upright, you can kind of get away with lower play at center versus right tackle, right?
Right tackle's more of a road grader, type. I don't see Zach Tom as a road grader, more of a wrestler.
Sure.
Which is what you want in your center. And the game has changed since I played, because everyone in the league played a 4-3, except 2 teams, Pittsburgh and Carolina. Now everyone plays a 3-4, where your nose is shaded or covered, which means you got to be more of an athlete. Not knocking Frank Winters, but just a little more of an athlete.
Guys, both Frank. Just making sure, just in case Frank's listening.
I stayed positive, at least.
I called him a philosopher once, so me and Frank are on good terms.
That's true.
And he loved it.
And he loved
it to him.
And he loved it.
Absolutely loved it.
Who will average more points for the Bucks this season? 75% of people are saying Dame Lillard over Giannis. So the new toy everybody's fascinated with. And how many points do the Packers need to score on offense this Sunday? At least 17, at least 24, 28, 30 or more? At least 24, 48.9% of people are saying that. Which, again, is something they have not done since week 2 of the season.
I believe in them because I'm positive today.
Yeah! We believe. I also believe Wilde and Tausch is coming up next.
Wrapping things up. Things looking great out on the roads right now. Just a little bit back